Thomas from Coaster Media. In this video, I'm gonna be showing you guys my top 10 favorite roller coasters. This is not the top 10 best coasters in the world at all, definitely. They are definitely my favorite coasters that I've ridden. And this is the June 2016 edition. And these rides will be Cedar Point, Kings Island, and some Six Flags parks. Because none of the other parks that I've been to had a top 10. Oh, and thank you guys so much for 90 subs. That's awesome. We hit the goal, and tomorrow's goal will be 100. Let's see if we can do it. Alright, let's get into it. My number 10 coaster is Banshee at Kings Island. This coaster is really fun. It's just not that high up on my list because it's a little bit forceless. It meanders around a little bit. It's just not intense. It doesn't have that intensity that a lot of other B&M inverts have. Number 9 is Mr. Freeze Reverse Blast. I love Premier Rides launch coasters, and this one is backwards and forwards, and it's so fast. It's short, but it's amazing. So if you guys ever go to Six Flags St. Louis or over Texas, be sure to ride this in the front row. Number 8, surprisingly, is Racer at Kings Island. You guys may be like, oh my gosh, this coaster sucks, it's old. No, I love the Racer, specifically the blue side. Because this is the first big coaster I've ridden, and it still has great airtime, and I still love it, and I always will. And hopefully it's around for a long time. Hopefully they never have to rip it out, because a lot of people would be mad. I probably wouldn't want to go to Kings Island ever again if they took this out, because I'd be so mad at them. Oops. Yeah. Number 7 is Raptor at Cedar Point. This is currently my favorite B&M invert. Now let's go back to the Banshee thing real quick. I like Batman the Ride clone and Banshee about equally. I mean, Batman the Ride isn't, it's intense, but Banshee is fast, so I gotta give it to Banshee just by a little bit because of that. But Raptor has the intensity, and it's a little bit faster, it's taller, longer, has more inversions. It's not a clone either, so you gotta give points for that. And I just loved Raptor. I don't know why everyone hates it. I absolutely love it. And I didn't find any headbanging because I actually followed the coaster enthusiast headbanging procedure. Because you just lean towards the turn and you go right through it. You do not experience any headbanging if you do it right. That Cobra roll is a bit jerky, but if you ride properly, you will not have an issue. My number 6 is Top Thrill Dragster at Cedar Point. This ride is awesome. I got to ride it twice. Once in the front and one in the middle. It was pretty awesome. After the launch, it's not much. You get to experience some speed, a little bit of airtime if you're in a good seat, and nice view. And then by the time you're like thinking again, you're back at the bottom and you're stopped. My number 5 is New Texas Giant at Six Flags Over Texas. This might also be a surprising one, but I really enjoyed this coaster. I love all the ejector airtime. This ride is completely insane, and yes, it is way better than Iron Rattler for sure. Iron Rattler has a better drop and it has an inversion. Everything else on this coaster is better. So just so you guys know. I just love this ride. It was before I visited Kings Island again, and before I went to Cedar Point, this was my number 1 or number 2, but it was quickly passed up. I forgot if Diamondback was better or not, but clearly it was. Anyway, my number 4 is the Beast at Kings Island. This is my favorite wooden coaster ever. Racer's my second, and this coaster is awesome. You're just flying through the woods, low to the ground, flying around. You get one airtime hill, and you get an awesome helix, just high speed, flying everywhere. It's awesome. You have no idea where you're going. And at night, it's best ride at night ever. My number 3 is Millennium Force at Cedar Point. You guys will be being surprised here in a second, but this is not my number 2 or my number 1. But this coaster is pretty fun. It's pretty awesome, actually. You go really fast. You get a great view. You go almost straight down. You are flying. And if you ride at the right time of day, you will get covered in bugs. It has a lot of kind of overbanks. The overbanks are okay. They make you feel like you're going really fast. My favorite part of coasters is airtime and inversions, but this coaster is airtime. And the airtime it has is pretty great because it has 2 giant floater hills and it has an ejector hill. But besides that, it's just, you know, fast. So that's why it's at my number 3, because I like going fast, but I like airtime. That being said, airtime... sorry. With that being said, which coaster in the world has the most airtime out of any coaster? The Diamondback at Kings Island. My second favorite coaster ever. Diamondback, I've been riding this since I was like 10, like back in 2011. This ride has amazing airtime. Yes, it has a rattle, but it's only on one spot. It's right after the turnaround. the hammerhead turnaround, you experience a little bit of a rattle, and then after that, it's all gone. But other than that, yeah, that's it. It's awesome. It's fast. It's not as fast as Millennium Force, but you have speed, you have airtime, and it's just overall a great ride. Awesome ride at Kings Island. And my number one coaster is, you guys probably know what it is, Maverick at Cedar Point. This ride, I was not expecting it to be my number one. I was expecting it to be like my number 7 or 5 or something. But hey, this coaster did not break any records. It was Cedar Point's like first coaster in years that did not break any records. They did this on purpose, by the way. And this coaster is insane. It's like a little tiny Intimidator 305. This is before Intimidator 305, by the way. But it's a beyond vertical drop. You feel like you drop onto yourself, and then you get whipped around that couple turns, couple inversions, then you stop, and then you launch flying out of a tunnel at 70 miles an hour. You fly down the lake, and cannons shoot water up in the air, and you're twisting around some more, and then the ride's over, and you're like, whoa, that was awesome. And I only got to ride this coaster once, and it was in the front seat. And if I ride a coaster once and it's automatically my favorite, that means it's pretty dang good. So, I hope you guys enjoyed my top favorite coasters. What are your guys' favorite coasters? Please tell me in the comments below. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, and make sure we get to 100 subs tomorrow. And if not, well, that's alright. We will get them eventually. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye!